Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel, the YouTube Trashman. Now I don't want to go into too much discussion about what my channel is going to be about. It's pretty self-explanatory, but know that I'm probably not going to be too much like a Cavos. I'm more of like a Cavos and a Filthy Frank put into one. But now, no, never mind. Anyways, what this video is going to be about is that I want to shed topic a light on the topic about Logan Paul and what's been going on. Now, I'm not going to focus too much about the video that everyone's focusing on about the suicide force. I more want to shed light on what he's done in in Japan besides that. What led him up to doing that? Now, if you don't know what's been going on with Logan Paul, for some reason, I'm going to explain it to you. So Logan Paul, what's the real drama that's been going on is that he went into the suicide forest in Japan, the famous suicide forest, found the dead body and joked on it, and everyone blew up on him. What he did was disgusting and distasteful in that video, and I don't think it can be supported in any way unless you're a complete idiot. Okay? I don't think there's any way to truly support. I can see if you're like, okay, well, the laughing in the video was a response to what happened. The little jokes on the side were not acceptable and it was distasteful. Now, I also want to say that Dr. Phil himself released a video yesterday explaining, okay, it was one mistake in the video. You know, I don't think we should get on him about it, but here's where I want to shed light on what Logan Paul is doing before he went to the suicide forest. Alright, so in Logan Paul's vlogs, he was in Japan for 4 days. When he first arrived, he came as the whole Logan Paul package. Obnoxious, disrespectful, and not caring of his surroundings or the people around him. Alright, just want to keep that in mind. So when he first came to Japan, he went towards this market and he was running in through the market screaming and shouting like, buy Logan Paul merch, Logan Paul /shop. You know, be a maverick, guys. You gotta be a maverick or you're not cool for some reason. But Logan Paul ran through there. He bought some stereotypical Japanese clothing because, you know, I guess he thought it was pretty funny. I got a little chuckle from it, okay. I'll say that. But the first major problem that I had of what he did was when he went to this religious temple. Now, I'm going to give you a hint of what happened. He got kicked out. And obviously, to get kicked out of a religious place, you can't just do nothing and get kicked out of it. Getting kicked out of a religious place, you have to do something that's a pretty big deal, okay? All right, towards the end of this video, skip towards the end of this video, I show the clips of what he did in this place. You know, I show all the clips of what happened at the end of the video. But basically, the first thing that he did was that he went to this famous Japanese temple, and the first thing that he did when he got there, if I recall, he went to this kind of like fire pit. I don't want to be disrespectful because I'm not sure what the name is, but basically you throw the smoke towards your body in a respectful manner, mind you, and you throw it towards your body to enlighten your spirit in a quiet, peaceful manner. Because this, I mean, it's a religious place. It's where you go for peace, prosperity, and quiet, sort of. And so he goes up to it, lunges his whole body into it, which he could have caught on fire, mind you, and kind of like almost shoved everyone else out of the way and was just throwing all of that freaking smoke into his face, you know, being obnoxious and loud, like, I'm gonna enlighten my spirit. Now that itself is pretty bad, but mind you, that's not even the worst thing he did at this temple. The next two things that he did were really bad. So he went to this water fountain like thing, and it's a place where you can pour water into you to cleanse the wrongs that you have done. And he says something kind of vulgar, you know. It wasn't that bad, all right? When I'm going to get to the really bad stuff, it's going to be later on this video when he actually goes out into open Tokyo, all right? I'm just going to say that. So he goes to it, and when he went to this wishing well, he said, all right, I wish for health, prosperity. I'm like, okay. Then he said, I wish for a hella hoes. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? It's like you went to this place where you just throw your coins in and make a wish quietly. He just like throws it, just lunges all the coins at it from like kind of far away and says it loud for everyone here. And when he said that, a child was passing by. I watched a child pass by when he said that. And he used the B word. He didn't use what I said because I don't want this video to be taken down. You know, I think that this video really needs to like shed some light on what he's done. So after he does that, he gets kicked out of a religious place for being his normal, obnoxious, stupid self. All right, and I get it. It's for the views. It's for the content because he's a maverick. So, you know, maybe to him that wasn't too bad. You know, it was worth it for the laughs. Okay. But what he starts to do after that is beyond me how a grown man can actually do this. So the next thing that he does is that he goes out in open Tokyo and he undresses in the middle of the street in the public. Like, when he pulled down his pants, his ball sack was hanging down from his underwear, okay? I saw it, all right? And I think everyone else saw it. And he has a child audience. Like, what are you doing? He's fully aware that this is disrespecting everyone in the culture. He mockingly, sarcastically said, you know, I understand why I'm being kicked out of the temple. You know, the Japanese are all about respect. All sarcastic. So, he knows what he's doing. But he's gonna do it anyways for the views. All right, I'm just gonna put that out there. He's doing it for the views. It's pretty obvious after that statement that he's doing this for the views. Now back to him undressing in public, and he puts on a Pikachu costume. You undress and let your ball sack hang out. Well, not actually, but the underwear where you can kind of see it hanging out in public. And that's beyond me how a grown man can do this and put on a Pikachu costume. But what he does next is even worse. He runs around Tokyo all loud and starts throwing Pokeballs at people. And like in what I'm showing right here, a moving vehicle. This poor man was on his bike riding and they physically did not let him. They maneuvered, like kept maneuvering to make sure that he couldn't get past him and threw a Pokeball in this man's basket when he just wanted to mind his business. Logan Paul ran into a restaurant with people trying to eat and the workers just trying to clean up, ran into it, threw it at the owner and said, I choose you. And the owner gave him this disgusting, distasteful look like, what are you doing in my restaurant? Please leave. And he left screaming like his normal, obnoxious self, you know, running through the streets. And he even throws one at a police officer. What is wrong with you, Logan Paul? You're too old to be doing this. You're giving foreigners a bad name in Japan because this is unbelievably unacceptable what you're doing. All right? This is unbelievably unacceptable, okay? Now, that's basically what he did to disrespect, you know, pretty much the culture. Oh, I also forgot to mention that. He did jump on a moving vehicle when a man was like, I forgot, there was some type of vehicle where you could get on, where you put stuff on the back, and he jumped on top of it while it was moving, scared the driver and said hello, and I don't think the driver really spoke English, so he just kind of looked at him and was like, oh, hey, oh, you're there, and he just like kept passing by, but he always like gave him this weird look, because, you know, Logan Paul was being an idiot. That was uncalled for. What grown man jumps on a car and scares the driver like that? This is not the Terminator. You do not go jump on a truck and just like hijack it. You don't do this stuff in real life, Logan Paul. All right, but now I want to shed some light on what YouTube did about it. That was also really bad and like really aggravated me. Trusted Flagger of the Trusted Flagger program. He kind of shed some light on the dirt of YouTube. And he showed that YouTube had manually reviewed the video footage when Logan Paul had the dead body, which it clearly violated the terms of service. Trusted Flagger admitted this himself. And they reviewed it, and they decided it was acceptable content and didn't even age restrict the video. If you don't know what that means, it means that they didn't even put it for mature audiences. When Logan Paul's fan base is obviously little kids. What is wrong with YouTube? Like, why would they do this? And that's not even the worst part. Like, if you so as dare put this same content in your video or even criticize it, your video is going to get taken down for graphic content. Like, how dare you show a dead body? You're not Logan Paul. You can't do that. And this is a form of censorship. This is wrong. YouTube is censoring us talking about something that Logan Paul did that was unbelievably wrong. They're defending their golden boy, as I'd like to say, who's making them all this money, when he obviously did something wrong that was unbelievably wrong and shouldn't have been defended. They made sure that you couldn't. They took down PewDiePie, the biggest YouTubers on the platform's video about it, and that was just like beyond me on what happened. Now, I don't want an apocalypse 3.0. As Boogie2988 said, I do not want another apocalypse. I want content creators to go about. I want YouTubers who do this full time and enjoy their job. I don't want them to have to go back to their normal jobs because companies pull out their ads from YouTube because they see it as a risk towards their business and company. I don't want that for good people and good content creators that do this for a living. What YouTube did was wrong by censoring these videos. One guy that I watch, I forgot what his name was, he didn't even put the clip of the dead body in his video. He just talked about it, and YouTube flagged it and gave him a strike on his channel for graphic content. That's ridiculous, okay? And I think that all this YouTube drama needs to be cleared up. YouTube and Logan Paul are in the wrong here. And it's pretty obvious that they're in the wrong. And this is why I don't really think there's a way that you can defend what YouTube did. Logan Paul, you can put up like one weak wall of defense, but for what YouTube did, there's like no wall of defense there. Like, YouTube is like pretty open to criticism for that. But if you still think that Logan Paul is a bad guy, if you think that he deserves a punishment, which I do think he deserves a punishment, YouTube needs to punish this guy. This guy needs to be punished and brought back down to reality to realize that he just can't do this. He needs to watch out what he does. He needs to bring back the sense of humanity into him and make sure that he does not do something on this level again. And he starts to think about what he does before he does it. The only people who can either stop them is really just YouTube themselves. He's pretty much invincible, and I feel like he's kind of self-aware of that. How the only people that can stop him or the entire internet themselves are YouTube. And since YouTube isn't going to do anything about it, it's you, which is why there's this petition which is almost 400,000 signatures to get his YouTube channel taken down. Do I think his YouTube channel deserves to get taken down? No, but I definitely think it deserves a strike. But even if his channel doesn't get taken down, he needs to get a punishment. He needs to know. He needs to be brought back down to reality and know that he can't just be doing this. This is wrong. All right? So if you think that he can, I'll leave the petition link in the description. Sorry, I'm like so mad. But yeah, this is the first video on my channel, man. And I'm already like lighting someone up, you know. But you know, it was pretty open. Like, I don't think there's much of a choice. I feel like this kind of needed to be said by someone at least. I'm pretty sure YouTubers have already said something, and I think I have watched some YouTubers who said something closely to this, but I wanted to add even more onto that, hopefully, is what I've done here. Because I wanted to combine the two things that were wrong, that some YouTubers were, no YouTuber really kind of combined these both, where he was wrong in the Japanese suicide forest and his vlogs, and what YouTube did was wrong. I think Cavos did two separate videos on it, but most people do one or the other, and I just kind of want to put two in the one video and kind of shed light on it. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like if you want. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you still don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. If you put a stupid comment down, I'm going to call you out for it if I think that you're wrong. But I'm perfectly open to your opinions or whatever you think. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, right before this video ends, I'll have clips of what Logan Paul did so you can truly see how bad it was for yourself, whether or not you think it's bad. You can tell me what you think about that in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.
If you're a real piece of shit in life. So if you look behind me, this is where you throw coins into the well. I wish for health, happiness, and hella bitches. There you go. It looks like Andy's being taken away. What happened?